YouTube family, thanks for stopping by the channel. Whether you're here for the in-depth cryptocurrency analysis or the mediocre gaming clips, I appreciate your support. Per usual, the views in my videos are not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. And as always, keep the hate in your heart and not in my comments. Enjoy the content. YouTube, I'm back. How are you guys doing? Glad to be back. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I had posted some on my social media about it and everything, but my wife had surgery, and so I had to take like basically a 9-day break from that, and then just kind of recovering from from the whole market crash and everything too, and kind of getting my bearings again in the market and seeing where I think we're at. And if you've been in the Discord, I've been active in there a little bit more than I have really other places. I really just kind of took an overall break from all social media. I put out like 2 gaming clips yesterday. I'm going to start making some more of those. I'm also going to be working on a schedule where I'll have regular videos coming out for you guys on actual, on time, so that you're not guessing when my next video is coming out. And just kind of had to take a little break, along with, taking care of my wife, and reassess how I'm going to do this moving forward, and best put my energy into it. And my wife's been helping me a ton with that and organizing everything, and even potentially working on some business plans for starting like a paid Telegram trade signals group, something like that, So I've got a lot that I'm trying to work on and get out to you guys and give you better content, and all around be more reliable for you, coming in with these updates and coming in and letting you know where we stand on things in the market and all of those things. And then of course giving you hopefully some cool Call of Duty clips if you're into gaming too. So let's get right into it, guys. Today I am going to go over how the market is looking. Overall, how is Bitcoin? Overall, how is SafeMoon? I'm going to dive into SafeMoon today too. I'm going to save my XRP video for another time because I like doing deeper dives on XRP by themselves. So today I'm going to go over really quickly how Bitcoin's doing, and if it will bring down the rest of the market again, or if this is a moment where we flip to the alt season that everyone's waiting for, where more often than not, every time Bitcoin starts losing its dominance like it is now, we usually have some crazy alt rally because Bitcoin is losing dominance. It's being outpaced basically by altcoins. So the growth of Bitcoin is not as strong as the growth of the altcoins, is basically what it means when they lose dominance. So let's get right into it here. And get my face off the screen there for you. Okay, so what we have here is Bitcoin to US dollar tether on Binance. All right, so let's go into some of these longer time frames, is where we really need to look, because we could be seeing a bounce, or we could just be seeing a small rally and a much bigger move to the downside. So from here, this is the weekly chart. This is weekly candles here. We have the MACD potentially looking like it could be starting to switch over here, which would be a good sign, right? Down here in the RSI, in the stochastic RSI, we did almost hit 0 on both of these measurements here. But if we go back every time this blue has kinked up, has it kinked up and it done nothing before? That's something good that I can show you guys here. So here's the RSI on a bigger scale. So if we're looking for if it has kinked up and done nothing before, I can never find these things. I'm so bad with it. Where's my ellipse? Unless I missed it. Oh, wow, I already clicked on it before. So, forgive me. So in this measurement here, if we're talking about the RSI, every other time that it has kinked up and done nothing, over here, right? came back down, kinked up again, but the second time it kinked up, it did go for a run. Here it kinked up, went for a run. Here it kinked up, went for a run. Here we have it kinking up, and it was just a bounce, right? So this whole area here, that was just a bounce. Down here, we also have it kinked up. That was just a bounce. So are we in another one of those moves where we're bouncing? Potentially to where we're just going to kind of range around in this area here for a bit before we start gaining some more momentum. It's very possible. These candles themselves, though, are pretty bullish in nature. I mean, for us to be really bullish here, we have to really start pushing up into the 40,000s and stuff. I mean, if we can break this last high from the previous weekly candle, which is at 40,841. If we could break that with this candle, that's going to be a very, very bullish indication, just from candle structures, that we're heading back up, at least to test this middle Bollinger Band area, which is also the base of the support and the resistance over here on this side that you can see here. All of that is right around kind of the 48,000 to 49,000. So even if you want to extend that range really to be super safe, you're talking about, let's say, 47,000 all the way to 50,000 is really going to be the range that we need to watch for potential rejection off of. Just because we've started making our way up as we have now does not mean that we're not going to end up seeing something like, we have our giant crash down, and then we come up and we have a retest of this support and resistance levels in here, and then we get a major leg down, right? Potentially, I could definitely see this thing breaking all the way down to here. All the way back down to 20,000. I would not be surprised to see us come back down and retest this area at all. I would not be surprised. It would make a ton of sense to me. And for you guys that can't really see that too well, there you go. I hope that blows it up a little better for you. I mean, this is kind of, I wouldn't be surprised to see this. Here's all of our old support and resistance levels that we drew a long time ago. And then realistically, if we just hit this peak, this bounce would make sense that we come up in here to the middle Bollinger Band area and we retest that area, which is also the same as the support and resistance levels here, and then we get rejected down. This very likely could play out like that. It would not surprise me either. It would make so much sense to me that right after all of the banks and institutions and everyone gets all of the average person's money into it, they would just absolutely tank it completely. Just send everyone away hurting from taking losses from 65,000 when they're buying in up here. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. They're buying in 60,000 and stuff for one Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden it goes to 20,000. That would not surprise me at all. I mean, we're talking about that right there being a nice 70% drop all the way from the top, going back down to retest our old all-time high of 20,000, right? That would just absolutely crush the average investor. That would keep them out of this market for as long as they wanted them out of it. They would probably never come back to touch it again, realistically. So, with Bitcoin, since we're looking at Bitcoin to see what it could possibly do with the rest of the market, right? How it could affect the rest of the market. We'll go through these other little areas very quickly, and then I'll move on to SafeMoon. So here on the 14-day, you can see on the MACD, we're just starting our first red candle on the MACD on the crossover. So that's a 2-week candles, which means we could see a small rally and then have that big rejection within the next 2 weeks or whatever. Here on the 3-day, things are starting to look a little bit better. We do have a lot of consolidation kind of happening in this area, which could be good. Support and resistance levels being held, right? Here what is that? The 100-day EMA. It's just sitting right on top of it perfectly, just holding on to it. Just holding on to it there. Now let's go to the daily candles. Daily looks like we're getting kind of high up there in the RSI. We would need some sort of breakout pretty soon, or we will definitely have a little pullback, a little retrace, maybe down to 35,000 in Bitcoin, stuff like that, right? So nothing, I mean, we have to clear through some much higher levels before we're really like super bullish on this entire move, right? So let's go look at SafeMoon, and then we'll analyze how Bitcoin looks and the possibilities of how it's going to play out, because when Bitcoin starts to dump, it takes the market down with it. If it starts to pump, it'll take the market up with it. It's just usually how it goes, right? And one way or another, sometimes they lag behind each other a day or whatever it is, but that's usually always how it goes. So very easily, what we're going to do is on Bitmart, I'm looking at SafeMoon right now. We're adding the MACD, we're adding stochastic RSI, and we are adding Bollinger Bands, okay? So we already have some MAs that are here from Bitmart. I'm not going to really change too much. I'm going to try to keep it very simple for you guys here that have been concerned about SafeMoon. Right, so let's go to a bigger time frame because it's easier for me to chart out for you guys. I'm going to blow this up first. Let's just look at the candle structure really quick on SafeMoon here. This is a 4-hour chart, so every one of these candles is 4 hours. Let's look at this entire move that happened. I had said in my other videos we had to go to 1200 and break through 1200 first to pass our all-time high. I said that multiple times. As it is now, we got rejected from 1200 from this whole area here. So about 1100 to 1200 there. And this is 4 zeros, by the way. 0.0000 1100 to 0.0000 1200. That whole area we got rejected from. Just absolutely demolished by. Rejected off 1100 a whole time. I don't know if you guys were watching it, but I was watching millions of dollars of SafeMoon being put in as sell walls there. Just walls of sell orders that was not going to be able to bust through without massive upwards pressure. And we tried. We really did. We broke through the first time. We went to 1100, right? We had this crazy breakout. Everyone was stoked. Got rejected hard off of 1100. Then we came back up. We broke through 1100 and went to 1200, got rejected hard off of 1200. Then we retested 1100, got rejected harder than all of those other times. Okay? And even then, we still did not make a lower low than back here. We held this market, held this little bottom here from back here, which was at 0.00000150, and we held the new bottom, which was here at 0.00000261. So we held a higher high there. And then what happened again? We held another higher high here, which is good. And then we had some consolidation here, which is now starting to lift out of that space, starting to lift out of it. Overall, we did not lose our support level from even this area here, right? If we draw this all the way back from the beginning of April, when we were having our absolutely massive run-up, this was support, this whole rectangle. You can even actually move it up a lot higher, technically, right about here. This whole range, which was at 0.0000, so 5 zeros, 343, all the way up to what we're battling against now, even 0.00000 500, we'll call it, just to round up. That whole area is just a range of price action that we've been really struggling against it, but also finding tons of support. We haven't been able to break out of it quite yet, and we haven't been able to break through it quite yet, like to the bottom. So these are actually all good signs lining up for SafeMoon. Now let's look at some of the other factors here. Now that we've taken a look at the candle formations, they look good. We can kind of check that off, right? We haven't really lost any structural support that would indicate we're going to just dump completely, that SafeMoon is completely over, right? I do not see anything that indicates that. Now, if we look at the stochastic and stuff, it's just hard because of the movement up and down with SafeMoon to use the stochastic reliably. But it does look like in the MACD down here, we are starting to pick up a little bit, lifting off maybe for a potential second buy wave. And then here in the stochastic in the 4 hour, we can see that it's pointing upwards here, which is also a good sign. But let's go to the daily here. And the daily, I think, looks almost the most bullish to me for SafeMoon. Our stochastic looks like it's starting to kind of have a very clear, like, you know, bouncing off of this trend line here. And then on our MACD, we're starting to switch over from, or at least our red wave here is losing steam. So potentially switching over to a green wave here. So we could very shortly, guys, very shortly, we could see this big breakout from SafeMoon that we've been waiting for, right? And if we go up to those levels that we were calling for before, let's do a measured move, right? Even going 1,000% from here, which I think would be easily doable, you're looking at that 0.00005 range to 5.2 range that everyone has been talking about, that they've been posting videos about, stuff like that. That's only 1,000% from this buying price if you're to buy in right now. If some of you guys loaded your bags up on the last dip, which would have been absolutely genius of you, you get an even lower buying price. If you bought the bottom of that last dip and we go up to that 5,300 range that I was talking about, 5,200 to 5,000, that's 2,000% for you. Good job. Clap yourselves on the back. Good job. 2,000%. Easy gain there for just waiting a couple of weeks, man. So overall, SafeMoon looks like it could be here even on the weekly. Could be forming some good new candles just like Bitcoin, right? Doesn't this look just like the Bitcoin weekly chart? This candle's right here, right? This big red sell-off and then like a inverse hammer here, basically. Looking bullish, right? Like it's starting to lift off. That's good. That is very good. That's what we want to see. So overall, I think SafeMoon does look better on the technicals, is looking better than it has for a bit. Maybe got those weak hands out and gave you guys a lot better of a buying entry. And we're holding the trend that I drew out on that other chart too, here in the smaller time frames as well. So overall, guys, I would say that in my opinion right now, Bitcoin has to continue to the upside and really break through that support and resistance levels that I was showing you guys. We really have to get through like 50,000 would be a huge number to break through again. I know that kind of seems like a ways off, but if Bitcoin makes it all the way up there, expect us to possibly get rejected from that, or maybe even a little bit higher, towards 60,000. To me, 50,000 would make much more sense though, because it was kind of the bottom of a lot of that support and that resistance area, right? So assuming we just tap the bottom of the range, and at that point, if we cannot break through 50,000, that's such a big mental number for people that are trading, that seeing us rejected from 50,000 again would, in their mind, make it 100% that we're going back into some sort of a mini bear market or something like that. If that happens, SafeMoon will go with it. I believe most of the altcoins, all of those things will go with it. It's just Bitcoin still very clearly controls the market. And they've been getting everyone into Bitcoin recently. meaning they're preparing to have all of these people take huge losses on their portfolios because they've been getting them to buy the top. And who are the people that are going to be panic selling on the way down? It's going to be the average investors. It's going to be the people who just put their money in at 60,000 and now they're taking a 50% loss selling just to get out. And then all of a sudden we're going to be back down at 20,000 and all the big boys and the institutions and all the people at the top are going to load their bags up with Bitcoin again. And then we're going to go for a monstrous ride to the upside if we can hold our last all-time high, which is, I mean, going down to 20,000 makes total sense to me. And that truly becoming the floor for the next bull run, to where this bull run was nothing. The next one is going to be thousands of percentages and probably very fast and very short-lived. And then we'll probably go back into a bear market. Or we go into a little mini bear here. We do lots of consolidation and everything, right? And then we just slowly start grinding back up. If we slowly start grinding back up, that'll be better. We'll be breaking through those resistances, creating new supports along the way. Bitcoin still moves the market. SafeMoon is not on its feet enough yet as a company to have an inherent price behind it. It still is developing that intrinsic value behind the token. With the wallet development, with all of that stuff, that is going to put a higher base price on all of the SafeMoon because people will actually find value to it now. Instead of it just being some sort of potential Ponzi scheme or it being some sort of way for them just to scam money out of people. When all of these people start seeing the development and start seeing actual things being implemented that are game-changing and that is good for holders and for the crypto community at large, which I believe SafeMoon is capable of, this coin will go up higher and higher in value, and the base floor price for it will be higher and higher in value because people will not want to sell it for fractions of a penny like they are now because there's too much behind the token. That's how it works. So even right now, if we have crazy price action, guys, I would not give up until the team stops developing on SafeMoon and until the team stops actually putting the time and effort into SafeMoon. That's when the project will die. But right now, they're going full steam ahead. They're still doing everything that they can to develop on it, to grow on it. I mean, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon, which means that I don't see SafeMoon's, in general, the token slowing down anytime soon. However, it will hang on Bitcoin. Bitcoin always tanks the market when it has these crazy sudden 30% drops. Everyone else panics. It makes sense when when the number one cryptocurrency just absolutely goes to crap. People are going to go, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?" And they're going to sell because it's going to sell out of fear. Fear always wins out for these people, right? So just keep an eye on Bitcoin, guys. We need to see Bitcoin continue to hold the levels that it's at. They need to really solidify this support right here that we have in this $35,000 range. And we may even have a little retrace here on the shorter time frames. I mean, for Bitcoin, it's looking like we might. RSI is kind of overbought there. We slammed into a bigger moving average above us on the 3-hour and 2-hour. So you might have some retrace happening here before we actually end up trying to continue up. So just hang on, guys. Just keep buying the dips, keep accumulating. That is the best way for you to continue to grow in a market you're unsure of. If you have the financial means, just keep putting money into the dips and in coins that you know that have value. And there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of coins that have a lot of value. But anyways, guys, I appreciate your time. Expect me to come out with a schedule soon. Expect me to be streaming more, to posting more gaming clips, and to being more active and actually taking care of my Discord and my YouTube and all of this stuff that we have going on. There will be links popping up for all of my social media, so you guys can go follow me. And I really, really appreciate all your guys' support. And I'll continue seeing you more. I promise you that. All right? Thanks, guys. Thanks again for watching the channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you love the videos. I try to get back to every single one of you guys. You're going to see a pop-up that has all of my social media links. So go ahead, click on them. Come follow me on my Twitter, my Twitch, my Instagram. And as always, may your crypto bags be full, and I wish you all good fortune in life. Take it easy.